Welcome to GSF Weekly. I'm Justin Lum, and guess who's back?
I'm Angela Santoro, and we're at Hotel Nico in San Francisco for the Bay Area Football Media Day.
We need you. Our program needs your support. Our program needs you in Spartan Stadium. Our team is Spartan strong, and we need the San Jose community to be Spartan proud and come out and support this football team.
This week on GSF Weekly, updates on what's new with the Kraft Hunger Bowl. Plus, we hear from San Jose State Head Coach Ron Caragher, and Justin Lum goes one-on-one with Stanford Head Coach David Shaw.
I'm really excited, to have a community that's behind us and excited about the season ahead.
GSF Weekly is brought to you by Shoe Palace.
We're going to kick things off today with the Executive Director of the Kraft Hunger Bowl, Gary Cavalli.
This is our 6th year of hosting and organizing this event, and we basically do it for the simple reason that we want to promote college football in the Bay Area. We know that 99% of the coverage will be on the 3 schools and not on the bowl, but this is certainly a year where there's a lot to promote. Stanford coming off the Rose Bowl victory in a Pac-12 championship, San Jose State coming off the best year in their history, with a new conference, Cal, with a new stadium and a new coach. So there's tons of stuff for you guys to write about. But got to give you 1 minute on the bowl game. This year it's on Friday night, December 27th. We think we have a great time slot, a Pac-12 team against BYU. If BYU is not eligible, we have an ACC team. So it should be another good game for us. This is our 12th year, and it's our last year at AT&T Park. I do want to thank publicly, and as I've done many times, the San Francisco Giants for not only helping us start the game, but for being such tremendous hosts to the bowl game for the last 12 years. But in this crazy landscape of college football, with people jumping from conference to conference, with playoffs beginning, and it's just a new world out there. You had to find a way to stay relevant. To stay important, and we felt we needed to elevate our bowl game, and we did that by moving the game next year to the new 49ers stadium, by improving our matchup. Starting next year, we're going to have the Big Ten in our game versus the Pac-12's number 4 team. So we're very excited about the future, very excited about this year, our last game at AT&T, and very excited about what these 3 teams are doing for college football in the Bay Area. So I want to wish all of them luck, and thank you again for being here today.
Make sure you stay tuned and keep an eye out for the Kraft Hunger Bowl December 27th at AT&T Park. Welcome back to GSF Weekly. Justin, who'd you talk to today?
Well, I had the chance to talk to Stanford head coach David Shaw and 2 key players.
Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Like the 2 gentlemen on my sides, I share the enthusiasm and excitement about this season. Although it's well documented, I don't always show that facially.
I'm here with Stanford head coach David Shaw. Now, coach, this is the first time in school history that Stanford football has sold out of season tickets. How fired up are you for the season?
I'm really excited, to have a community that's behind us and excited about the season ahead. It shows that we've been successful and that we anticipate being successful, but also that we have a great game day experience. We have a great stadium that people want to come to. I think it's family friendly, it's exciting, and I'm glad that we sold out and we continue to sell out every year.
Now, this season you get a full year with Kevin Hogan. You've coached Andrew Luck. Now, what do you see in the similarities between them 2?
Well, it's hard to compare, anybody to Andrew. Kevin's athleticism and his mobility have been huge for us. I think he'll continue to grow as a quarterback. He's very accurate, being over 70% completion for the year. But we just hope he takes that next step and becomes a leader for us.
Now, Shayne, describe your feelings going into your last season as a 5th-year senior.
Just excited for this upcoming season. Obviously, we've had some success the past 4 years, but it's an incredible opportunity, and want to make sure I finish my Stanford career off the right way.
Now, you won the Pac-12 title last year. Oregon has lost head coach Chip Kelly to the NFL. USC doesn't have Matt Barkley anymore, who's actually on the Philadelphia Eagles with him. Who's the biggest threat in the Pac-12 to you guys?
I'd say every single team, just because there's a lot of depth in this conference, and you never know how it's going to go. So it might be 1 or 2 games might decide whether or not who the Pac-12 North champion is. and so we can't take anyone lightly.
Now your team prides itself in a pro running offense. Stefan Taylor is gone now. Is there a main man in the backfield, or is it more of a committee?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a running back by committee is what I'm hearing. So we're excited to see what a lot of those guys do. You know, Anthony Wilkerson, Tyler Gaffney, and young guys like Kelsey Young, Barry Sanders, they're all going to be in the mix there to give teams a lot of different looks.
But if there's one guy that truly stands out, who is it?
I'd say it's one of the first two I mentioned, either Anthony Wilkerson or Tyler Gaffney, who are both seniors, both in their last year, and they're guys who are extremely talented. Anthony Wilkerson has just been, unfortunately, he's been behind Stefan for the past couple of years, but he's going to have a chance to shine. And then Tyler Gaffney went to the pros for a year and is now back, and he's big and looking like he's going to be bruising up some defenses.
Now you can watch these exclusive interviews on GetSportsFocus.com. Angela, what's up with your alma mater, San Jose State?
We all know the Spartans are on the rise, so here's what head coach Caragher had to say about this upcoming season.
I'm from the Bay Area, so this is real exciting time for me coming back home. I think one of the assets of that is I know and I appreciate the rich tradition of football in the Bay Area, and not even venturing into the player part, but from a coaching standpoint. What we have at San Jose State with Coach Vermeil, part of our history, Coach Bill Walsh, a part of our history, just to name a third of many more, Bob Lattiser across the Bay, what he did at De La Salle, probably three of the greatest coaches at the professional and the high school level are from the Bay Area. Cal and their rich history, Stanford and their rich history, and then going back, Santa Clara with Buckshaw, Terry Malley, St. Mary's, and what they did in the 20s and their great teams, USF and their undefeated seasons in the 50s. So this is a rich gathering of football, and it's concentrated. And you'd be hard-pressed to go around the country and find a more concentrated and better group of football and from coaching standpoint than what you've seen in the history of the Bay Area. To me, it's real exciting to be a part of that. Real exciting. It took a lot to come home. We had a nice situation where we were, but a chance to come home and be a part of this program that's on the uprise, that finished with a nice season last year, a top 25 ranking, and carry some of that momentum into the upcoming season. Our players know. We talked about 2012. We know the history of our program. There's been some challenges. There have been some great times too, as alluded to with the coaches and the players that have been in our program. One season doesn't mean you've arrived. We know that. Back in January, our first team meeting, I addressed entitlement and complacency. Those are two cancers in a program that can nip a successful program from continuing on. They understand it. They have taken to heart the plan, the strategy for continued success, and I just can't wait to get things started.
You can check out the full press conference of Coach Caragher, as well as my interview with wide receiver Noel Grigsby and defensive tackle Travis Raciti at GetSportsFocus.com. Now that's going to do it for us out here, but before we let you go, we have a question for you.
Which Bay Area football team are you looking forward to this upcoming season? Whether it's the 49ers, Raiders, Stanford, Cal, or San Jose State. Can you even tell us about your favorite high school football team?
Okay, and make sure that you guys are following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Angela.
I'm Justin.
And we will see you next time.